Watch out for Fanny.
That's my bowler. That's the derp.
Yeah.
And I am also the derp. Hello.
Oh, right. We are recording right now?
Correct.
It's Real Honesty with Dermot Lynn. He already introduced himself.
I am the Derminator again.
Yes.
Hello.
And Rapid Fire episode 73. If you took...
RV derp.
No one gets higher than RV Derb. So we're gonna.
I don't get high though.
That's good. That's a good thing, honestly.
Or do I? Am I?
Right. What?
Huh?
Yes. Let's talk about a few topics here.
Let's get down to business.
Yes. Evolution. Now, here's the thing. People, there have been some people, and we're not going to mention names. You know why we're not going to mention names? Because they're irrelevant. But there have been some fans over the months that have said, "Oh, evolution deserves to fail."
Now, these people
are idiots.
They're looking at the surface. They're reacting to the issues at hand, not realizing what the consequences would be of evolution failing.
Right.
Is the booking going to be bad? It's already been bad.
It's been bad since they announced it.
But do the women... And I know this is not a lot of people's intention, but the women don't deserve that hate.
No.
And they're going to be working their asses off to make it the best damn show it can be.
Absolutely.
So, yes, evolution is probably not going to be booked well. Creative is going to be lacking. But it does have a hell of a main card.
There are some matches. We're gonna do our evolution predictions.
There is
later.
So much lacking.
There really is. I mean, it's like they took those two matches with Trish, Lita, Alexa, and Mickey, and just slammed them into one match, which was dumb to promote the singles matches to begin with, because they were hoping that Alexa versus Trish would inspire them. Now, I love Trish. Trish is one of the greatest women's champions of all time, arguably. Not even arguably, she is, but. She was not half the worker that Victoria was. And I mean, and I love Victoria. I mean, but I'm not knocking Trish. Trish did her best.
Yes.
She was the poster child. People say, oh, Trish was like Moolah. No, Moolah was a rotten skank. And
now, to be fair, saying that someone was like Moolah a few years back, before really all that came to the forefront, wouldn't have been really a negative term.
True.
Because nobody knew any better.
It would have been for those who knew. There were those that knew still and had
that is correct.
Slandered Moolah for
thanks to the internet. Your childhood and nostalgia mean nothing to me.
Yeah, my childhood actually goes back pretty far. Not to Moolah, thankfully.
I know.
Yeah, I'm old, basically, is what I'm saying. But here's the thing: the people that wish that evolution failed. Let me tell you why that's a bad idea. Like you just said. Why would you want the women? If you say you care about wrestling, if you cannot like women's wrestling, you're wrong, but that's okay. If you feel that all women deserve to be back in the kitchen barefoot and everything, you're probably Greg Valentine hating. You're probably enough of that. You probably are Greg Valentine, and you're catcher's mitt that grew a face that never deserved to be in the wrestling business. No matter how good your dad was, you were a sourpuss. The women do not deserve this.
No.
Or the level of hate. They deserve the pay-per-view. Even the ones I don't like, I want this pay-per-view to do well. Yeah. I want the women to succeed.
Correct.
I want everything to go good.
That will encourage Vince McMahon to do more for them. Or at least Stephanie McMahon.
Triple H, hopefully. I'm not...
Mr. Stephanie McMahon.
Poor Shane. We don't even factor Shane into this whole thing.
He's not really... involved in the women's division.
I know.
He actually hasn't really been involved in TV for a while, except for SmackDown 1000.
Right, but you can check out that review, by the way. Here's the thing, though. Just the people that wish that for it to fail, you guys don't like change, apparently. And there have been some women that like...
You're just not thinking about it deeply enough. And you know what? You're human, but you gotta think, what are the consequences of it failing? And if it fails, it's going to prove heavily detrimental to the women's division for years to come.
Especially in WWE. And it's like women, we just saw a fantastic match between Thunder Rosa, who's Cobra Moon, on on Lucha Underground, and it's fantastic, by the way, versus Priscilla Kelly for the Young Classic. And we saw that, and it was in front of, 150 people?
Yeah.
And it was a blowaway match because these women work hard. The whole point that I'm trying to say is we will do a show on our indie wrestling experiences.
Maybe end of the year.
Yeah, maybe end of the year, sometime in December. The whole point is if women are, going lights out in a match like that in front of almost no people, why would you want to discredit a pay-per-view or, discredit and say the women don't deserve this or something like that, or it deserves to fail? Creative deserves to have egg on their face for this, but the women do not deserve this bullshit.
No.
Support the women. I don't even like some of the women on the card. I hate Nikki Bella.
I hate Brie Bella.
Yeah, and I mean, but you know what?
Not at a personal level, but I hate that she's still wrestling when she can't.
Yeah, at all. But even there's some women like Carmella and others I may not care for, but I want the women to do well. And hopefully the card it gets layered tonight on Raw.
It'll encourage them to improve. They'll get bigger paydays. They'll be more respected in the industry because there are still a lot of the old school Marky Marks and the Funkasaurus bunch that still think women's division should be HLA and bra and panties matches.
And that's going to actually lead me to just one little brief thing. Women that should come back
After I talked about the bras and panties match, you say it's a brief thing?
Yes. I figured that damn. Bottom line is stop hating on the women. But and I say that as they want to possibly invite Sable back to Evolution. They extended an offer. Now look, Sable is the wife of Brock, so I get that. Sable was everything... Right. Sable was everything wrong in the women's division. She didn't want to be on TV, or she wanted to be on TV, but she didn't want to be, in the ring and that kind of stuff and whatever. And okay, there are some women that aren't good wrestlers and know that. Sunny was great on promos, not so good at evading the law, but that's another story. Sable is everything. Cornette's at the best. I don't know what they got for putting a live microphone in front of Sable, but it should have been 3 to 5 years. But there were people in WWE that love, both Vinces, McMahon and Russo, that love Sable, which, okay, whatever. I will say that I think Sable...
She's got boobs and body.
Sable is...
Pressure.
Pretty much. No, that's pretty much what...
That's how we got the Divas era.
Right. Well, yeah, because what fucking other...
And so many quality women's wrestlers got stuck in that era.
Ivory. Trish and Lita had to fight out of it. Molly Holly.
Paige was in the Divas era.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I'm talking like right after Sable, right around the Sable time, or right after the Sable time. China even had to break out and do a whole bunch of stuff, like, like
steroids.
Yes, but that was 99. You think she's the only one who wasn't doing steroids? Look at The Rock. Yeah, China also did work out, but yeah, but the whole point is China had to fight Jeff Jarrett and carry him to a good match, and that's something when you can get Jeff Jarrett to a good match. The whole point of this is Sable should not be back.
No.
At all, and hopefully she won't be. The whole rumors of AJ Lee coming back, no. That's all I gotta say.
No, I mean, if she does, just for that one event, wanna look at it get big pop.
Right.
But also on the same note, she's married to CM Punk.
I would be amazed if that happened.
So that would just fuel rumors, and nobody would shut up about it because it's like Half-Life 3 at this point.
Half-Life 3 would actually be more over at this point.
Yeah, probably.
They would tuck it in a valve and put it somewhere. So anyway, let's just say. There are certain women they shouldn't invite. They shouldn't invite women like Victoria back and Candice Michelle and others. I mean, I'm sure Gail Kim, but let's be honest, Gail Kim's better than Impact.
They should bring in some of the people that they didn't sign during the Mae Young Classic.
They may do that in the Battle Royal because they're going to put everybody in the Battle Royal. For everybody will be in the Battle
Everybody's here! Women's Evolution Ultimate! It's like Smash Brothers, but with ladies.
Super Snatch Brothers! They would do that.
And How to Undercut Your Point by John Ritland.
Right, but I make jokes also. The whole point is they would, they do that.
Yeah.
Now we move on to another woman. This was from WWE's community page. Dana Warrior goes purple to support Glad for Spirit Day. Now this was a few days ago. She's dressed up like the Ultimate Warrior face paint.
Now, with this, I've said it before to John, I'm not against Dana Warrior bringing attention to great charities.
Same. Agreed.
And great organizations. I am wholly against WWE using the Ultimate Warrior as some kind of epitome of what humanity should try and seek out. He was a terrible human being.
He was.
Who treated people awfully.
Did. I want to give an example here. What he was saying. I'm not a fan of Dana Warrior. I don't really care for her. I think she's disingenuous. Do I think she's homophobic? I haven't had no proof of that, and I'm not going to say that. But example, and I'm going to edit it. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, I feel that if she was homophobic, that she wouldn't even be bothering with this charity and be focusing on another charity.
True. Literally any other charity. But by the way, if it turns out she is homophobic, this rant will be revisited.
Awkward.
Right? But this is a quote. This is something that Warrior said. And I'm going to edit out some of this stuff. And credit to the person that posted this, as I didn't get the name. One guy without his husband and two physically repulsive butch dams slurping on one another's tongues, really, on the front row, had a really hard time cozying up to my principled heterosexual obstinacy. Yeah. That. I struggle with
Obstinacity.
Yeah, that. So, in an act of pure selfish pleasure, the guy got himself physically thrown out by the masculine security guard. Funny you notice that, Warrior. Unmistakably loving every single masochistic manhandle moment of it. That's not how that's not how people who are gay. That's not how it works. That's not how gay, lesbian.
It's almost like they're human beings who react like humans would react.
Right, imagine. And the dams, that's the word I'm using, well, they ran out screaming and yelling like spirited wild boars that I was a homophobe for making my remarks. You were.
Idiots!
Right. Rumor has it they decided to exit. They decided to exit more because I was not getting stimulated by watching their poorly performed two Nightcrawlers in Heat act. Nightcrawler is played by Alan Cummings. Alan.
My favorite X-Men.
It's a good character. Great in the X-Men arcade. Welcome to Die. The incredible selfless sacrifices the liberal loons will make on behalf of their cause warms my heart and makes my whole body laugh.
And now, Warrior, during his public speaking career, called himself a conservative speaker. There's conservative and there's alt-right. And this guy, he predated the alt-right, but you would have been most likely welcome amongst their ranks.
He would have.
And I use rank as in...
Reich.
Yes. No, rank as in it stinks to high hell.
Okay, no, that's a good one too. The thing is, to see, that's the problem I have. Now, one, I don't know if she's ever come out and denounced her husband's stuff.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I read a little bit of her blog.
It would undermine the Warrior Foundation.
True. Do you mean the bullshit foundation?
I mean, besides all of the things that the Warrior has said, that is public knowledge.
Like wishing death on Bobby Heenan because of the cancer.
Correct.
And a ton of other shit. The bottom line is Warrior is a shit person. That's fine if you guys like him. That's okay. I don't miss Warrior at all, and I didn't feel sad when he died. Sorry. I don't care if that makes me sound mean, but I didn't. Dana Warrior, again, if she can bring stuff to this cause and do well, great. Fantastic. But I do not agree with making the Warrior the forefront. But it's the only way she's famous, because otherwise she'd just be famous for getting Botox and shit. Look, again, I just don't buy her as genuine.
No.
I just don't. But if she's trying to raise her daughters, good for her. Good for her.
But hey, at the very least, it brings attention to good organizations. I just can't approve of using the Warrior's name, because all it does is undermine any real attempt to make some change. Because people who know the back end of wrestling, like all those smarky smarks, we feel just it takes away from what they're trying to bring.
Right.
Not that we will not support these organizations, but it's hard to accept that they're using his name for that.
Agreed. So we're gonna finish up here. By the way, if you've heard any reports about apparently John Cena and Daniel Bryan reportedly are refusing to go to Saudi Arabia for Crown Jewel, which if so, great. This is good though, in the sense that it exposed a lot of fans for being pricks. Oh, Reigns, I don't like Reigns or whatever. Shut the fuck up. Don't watch the program then. There are times that we watch stuff and we review it, and that's pretty much why we watch it. But come on.
Yeah.
Let's not wish injury. Yeah, I know. I know what the fuck I do. I know what that is. Let's just say that
What is you do?
you can't not do this.
Sorry, Roman. Not sorry.
No, not at all. But just being happy for a wrestler's injury, no.
Yeah.
That's just a dick move. And hopefully Saudi Arabia, you mentioned that the tickets are being delayed.
Yes, the ticket sales have been postponed till the day of the show, which means one of two things. WWE's trying to make Saudi Arabia as minor of an affair as they possibly can to mitigate the damage that's going to be done to them.
Sure.
Or they're going to relocate and we're going to hear about it today or tomorrow.
Which, you know what, if they relocate it, good. If they can get out of that deal with Saudi Arabia, which I don't know if it's a binding agreement or not, good. Because maybe both parties could realize this is, even with all the money.
Because Crown Jewel is still a name that can work in the UK.
It can.
And British wrestling fans are some of the best wrestling fans.
Because they love the big, strong boys.
Yes, they do.
So yeah, just wishing injury on Reigns is just ridiculous. So that's where we're going to end it, basically. Hopefully they do move
because everyone in Britain loves the royalty.
Yeah, right. Yeah, don't they? Check out John Oliver's reviews, by the way, or interviews. Yeah, that's great stuff.
Yeah. Anyway,
that's what we got to say. Agree, disagree with what we said? I mean, you can.
Yeah, just leave it down in the comments. Hit like, hit dislike, hit subscribe.
Yeah, and it's been real awesome with John MacLeod and
the Terminator.
We'll be back for a Raw review.
Yes.
Like 3 hours or something.
Right.
Right.
Hurrah!